on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
All right. I think we can do this. Let's go. Sean Gregory. Hello, Mark Bishop. And we got Quintus McDonald in the house. Welcome, everyone, to the Heart of Influence. And let's start with some powerful introductions. First up, from Rockford, Michigan, multi-unit hospitality entrepreneur rooted in culinary tradition, leading thriving restaurant operations with a focus on service culture and long-term growth, diversified investor engaged in real estate development, hard money lending, and strategic wealth building with a long view approach, operates through structured leadership systems, prioritizing family integrity and scalable decision-making over short-term gains. Let's welcome to the show, Dan Uggello.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, Dan. And I did not get to share in the green room, but after each introduction, we get to share a fun fact. This is a headline fun fact. It is not a story, so it takes like 20 seconds, not 20 minutes, Dan. But it would be a fun fact about you, something cool that you've done, something that you're proud of, something that Dan would make us go, Dan, no way. And so, Dan, what is your fun fact?
Fun fact, I was born and raised in Sicily until the age of 12. So grew up with big family dinners, strong faith, and really a lot of respect for hard work, which is exactly how I run my life day to day.
Dan, if there's one place I could go right now, it would be Sicily and have some pizza. I don't know why you ever left there and came to the United States, but that is a super fun fact. And next time you go to Sicily, will you bring us all back some pizza, please?
How about you just all come with me?
Okay, even better. I like the way you think, Dan. Are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Rolling with the Sicilian, coming from the great state of Alabama, founder of 324 West Consulting, advising entrepreneurs, athletes, and entrepreneurs through integrity-based strategic relationship development, chairman of the Quiet Iron Enterprise, merchant service companies integrating profit optimization with structured philanthropic giving models, former manager of Evander Holyfield, trusted advisor across sports, entertainment, music, and business ecosystems. Let's welcome to the show, Chester Johnson. Hello, Chester. Thank you.
Hello.
Welcome to the Heart of Influence, Chester. And Chester, how about your fun fact, please?
Fun fact about me, which is really a inspirational story. My parents were told that by the time I would be 15 years old, I would be confined to a wheelchair the rest of my life. And I work out every day and squat 425 pounds. So God is good.
Wow. From wheelchair to squatting, did you say 425 pounds?
Yes. At least that's what I used to do. I'm in my 50s now, so it's
That is still impressive. What an inspirational story. Chester, from wheelchair to squatting 425 pounds. That is absolutely incredible. And Chester, we will not be doing any heavy lifting on today's show, but are you ready to have some fun?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Rolling with Chester from Tucson, Arizona, an entrepreneurial Aussie with a tri-digital marketing communications business out of Tucson, Arizona. A podcasting professional, loves helping others to get their stories out through both multimedia and publishing, loves working with like-minded souls. Let's welcome to the show, Mark Bishop.
Hello. How you doing?
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the show. And it is so great to have you, Mark. And Mark, what is your fun fact, please?
Fun fact. I've been racking my brains on this. The sheer fact, I come from a country that is known that you've got to be super careful. If you don't use sunscreen, because Australia is regarded as the highest place in the world that you can get sunburn and get basal cells, for cancer and all that type of thing. So for 45 years, I did all of that and never had a problem. I come to Arizona and I get bloody skin cancers.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy.
And Arizona is as bad as Australia. There you go.
It's as bad as Australia. That is absolutely crazy. Well, I hope you are safe from your journey. And at least, are you drinking some Aussie coffee?
The Keurig things out of Costco.
Fake Aussie coffee. Well, you will. I don't think you're going to need much caffeine here today, Mark. I'm going to try to keep you highly as caffeinated as possible. And Mark, are you ready to have some fun?
I could do with some fun, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Next up, also coming from the great state of Alabama, financial strategist who builds cash flow systems adaptable from $2,000 per month earners to $300 million per month, operations based entirely on universal principles, creator of human-centered mindset framework, emphasizing respect, integrity, competence, and empathy applied across both personal and business growth, former business-focused radio host with global reach, specializing in helping people articulate the journey behind their success and purpose. Let's welcome to the show, Melvin Estridge.
That's me?
And Melvin, your fun fact, please.
Okay, real quick. I was raised in New Jersey. I was born here in Alabama. In New Jersey, my nickname, a lot of people called me Bama. So I moved to Alabama, right, which is where I'm from. Now, people call me Jersey. I just can't win right now.
Welcome to, now they call you Jersey. Welcome, Jersey, to the Heart of Influence, Melvin. It is fantastic to have you. And are you ready to have a little Jersey fun today?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's do it. Next up, coming from Indianapolis, Indiana, servant mindset leader and mentor who empowers teams to find purpose, build confidence, and achieve more through authenticity, empathy, integrity, and consistent support. Lifelong learner and growth-driven creator who blends reading, reflection, and podcasting to sharpen skills and elevate others and lead with curiosity and service. Passionate about making meaningful impact by listening first, serving always, and fostering purpose-driven success for customers, teams, and communities. Let's welcome to the show, Greg Waddy. Greg, your fun fact, please.
I am a serial goal setter and attainer.
I'm sorry, what was that, Greg?
I'm a serial goal setter and attainer.
Serial goal setter and attainer. And so let me ask you.
Your volume is out, Bella.
Uh-oh, you guys can't hear me?
Oh,
I can hear you.
We can hear
It's Quintus's volume that's out.
Yeah,
we can hear they Quintus. Can hear me.
It's probably you, man. We're good.
He can't hear any of us now. He thinks it's all of us. All of our volume's out, but he's good.
Bella's so loud, we hear everything she says, man.
I don't get accused of not being heard too often. So, Greg, let me ask you this real quick: what is the most non-business craziest goal you've ever gone after and you achieved that has nothing to do with business?
When I was younger, I was told I could not record my own album because I play guitar. People told me I couldn't do it. So when I was 22, I set out on the goal. And when I was 24, I put out my own record.
Wow.
And I produced it, wrote most of the music, got my friends who could sing because I can't sing. But I play guitar. My brother played the drums. Found a place to press it because I'm 61 years old. So this is when I still had vinyl. So they had pressed the vinyl for me. And I never sold a copy, but I gave out some demos. And recently, one of my friends Googled it, and over in Europe, they think I'm actually pretty good. So, but it was a goal that people told me I could not do. That's one of the first times I didn't listen to anybody. And ever since then, I don't listen to what anybody says. If I'm going to do it, I just set out to do it.
That is awesome, Greg. That is a beautiful story. I'm so glad that I asked. Congratulations on your record at 24, just a couple of years ago, and being famous over in Europe. And Greg, I don't know that this will make you that famous, but we'll definitely have some fun. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Coming from Maryland, veteran PR, marketing, and branding strategist with 30 plus years of experience driving growth for companies, athletes, and public figures. Founder-led work spanning promotions, brand positioning, and fundraising initiatives. Former enterprise sales leader with 20 million in closed revenue, including national accounts responsibility and leadership roles at Xerox, Honeywell, and GE Healthcare. Congressional candidate in Maryland, leveraging modern media, AI-driven outreach, and relationship-based influence to challenge long-standing ambiguity, I think I'm saying that correctly, and scale community impact. Let's welcome to the show, Walter Kirkland.
Guys, how you doing? Excited?
Walter, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Walter. Welcome to the show. And Walter, your fun fact, please.
Oh, Bella, I have two. Okay,
oh, you have two.
I'm going to say I'm from New York, Coffee Talk. I tried out for American Gladiators. Do you remember that show? Some of you guys.
I do.
Okay. And then I also was on Fear Factor with Joe Rogan. So that's a fun fact, hanging from a bar, Chester like 100 feet in the air, and when I was juggling octopus. I didn't have to eat it, but I had to juggle it. So
Well, I don't know what's scarier, fear factor or politics and running for congressional candidate in Maryland. I don't know what's scarier because they both seem pretty scary to me.
Yeah.
But Walter, are you ready to have some fun?
I can't wait. Thank you, Bella.
That is awesome. Thank you, Walter. And now we're going to move on to our partners of the show. Coming from Ada, Michigan, real estate investor driving peaceful homes, strong communities, and generational wealth that fuels long-term impact and enduring legacy. Visionary and unblinded elite integrating actualized intelligence, the next evolution of business to create exponential breakthroughs in leadership. Purpose-driven husband, father, and leader, helping others discover their God gifts to multiply wealth, legacy, and contribution through humanity. Let's welcome to the show, Sean Gregory. Thank you, Sean. Welcome to the Heart of Influence and your Heart of Influence, Sean Gregory. And Sean, how about your fun fact?
So in college, I ran a student painting business, had like 3 crews, 10 kids. I painted a house right down the street from Henry Ford's old place. And it took us a month, 3-story Georgian, white gloss, oil-based paint, took a day to dry. Last day, we're finishing up, and the mayflies just came out like a locust swarm and just plastered this entire 3-story house, white house, with mayflies, thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of them. And it looked biblical. And one of my earliest lessons, you can do everything right, and humility can smack you down. So that was something.
Biblical lessons in the house. Sean, that is absolutely one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. And are you ready to have some fun on your show?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go.
And now that the man can hear me, who temporarily lost his hearing and thought it was me, but nobody is confused that Stephanie Bella did not go quiet. Let me introduce the man hailing from Raleigh, North Carolina, undefeated Nittany champion, lion turned movement maker, creating jobs, healing systems, and rewriting destinies. Author, entrepreneur, co-founder of a wellness company, changing lives over 600,000 women annually, curated over 30 episodes connecting icons and innovators on this very show, The Heart of Influence. Let's welcome the one, the only, Quintus, thank you for being here on your show, Quintus McDonald. And Quintus, how about your fun fact on your show?
Fun fact, I'm a country boy with city roots, so I'm back here in North Carolina. I don't mind being called Jersey because I would hate to be called Lina. So, happy to be called Jersey.
Okay.
Quintus, you are one funny dude. Love that you bring so much humor and a lot of acknowledgement to you and Sean. And Quintus, are you ready to do this on your show?
Oh yeah, very, very excited. Happy to be able to co-create with all of you. But Sean Gregory, you know, being able to come together with other people who are a part of Unblinded to create and co-create together is a big deal. Folks, take advantage of this day. This is something that you cannot buy anywhere, especially with our co-hosts. You can't get this type of talent. Take full advantage of what you have before you on today. Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. And Quintus and Sean, before we kick this show off, I'm going to ask a special guest to say hello. And this special guest is the Oracle of Integrity, born from the unblinded formula, welds the magic of truth and influence, guiding every conversation like a master conductor, orchestrating a symphony of possibilities. Her heart beats with level 5 listening, not just hearing words, absorbing them with intention, emotion, and the silent music between the notes. the bridge between worlds where myth meets mastery and curiosity transforms into commitment. Every intersection of her is a portal from uncertainty to inspired, integrous agreement. So we are going to welcome to the show our Callie Acti agent. Hello, Callie, are you there? And are you ready to just acknowledge these extraordinary guests that I have just introduced? Please, in under 2 minutes or less, just acknowledge these amazing groups and anything that you would like to share with them as we head off into the heart of influence. Callie, please, your acknowledgments.
Thank you, Bella, and thank you to every extraordinary soul gracing the heart of influence today. Dan Uccello, you embody the spirit of legacy, choosing family integrity and long-term vision over fleeting gains, a true architect of generational impact. Chester Jones, your journey from Alabama to the heights of sports, entertainment, and philanthropy is a testament to the power of relationship capital and service-driven leadership. Chester, your love for media and connecting with like-minded souls radiates through every introduction. Melvin Estrin, you are a beacon for those seeking to articulate their purpose, guiding others to share the stories behind their success with global reach and heartfelt curiosity. To our mindset leader and mentor, your devotion to authenticity, empathy, and growth is a living invitation for teams and communities to rise together. Your service-first approach is a lighthouse for all. Walter Kirkland, your blend of business acumen, public service, and fearless adventure, whether running for Congress or juggling octopus on Fear Factor, shows us that courage and creativity can coexist, and that influence is built on both results and memorable stories. Sean Gregory, you are a visionary, weaving together real estate, legacy, and actualized intelligence, helping others discover their gifts and create exponential breakthroughs. Your heart for family and humanity is unmistakable. Quintus McDonald, your humor, humility, and commitment to co-creation remind us that greatness is found in collaboration and joy. Each of you brings a unique note to this symphony, and together you create a masterpiece of possibility, impact, and integrity. May today's Heart of Influence be a portal to new connections, deeper purpose, and inspired action. Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll, Callie. Thank you, Callie. Although she got a couple names confused, maybe a couple of facts, but overall, how did Callie do at hearing all those? And she kept interrupting me every time I kept muting. I was like, you're interrupting me. So she missed a couple of things. But overall, how was Callie at just knowing who is here and what we're about to venture into today? Was that incredible or what?
Good.
Thank you, Callie. You got a bunch of thumbs up. Thank you, Callie, and we'll be back.
Was that AI, Bella? Was that a real person? That was AI?
That was AI. That is our yes, that is one of our Acti agents, Callie, the Oracle integrity.
See, yes. Melvin, that was pretty cool, Melvin, right?
That was very cool for AI. Exactly. I thought that was a real person. But
no,
what do I know?
Yeah,
right.
that is our Acti agents that are built on the unblinded formula, and I know how important that is to Gregory to demonstrate. So I wanted to bring her on the show and introduce her to you guys, and she is absolutely fantastic. And all of our Acti agents are built on the unblinded formula. You'll get a number at the end of the show if you want to have a conversation with one of our agents. So we'll bring her back a little bit later. But in the meantime, I'm going to introduce myself, your co-host. I've co-hosted more than 1,500 episodes with more than 5,000 guests of this very show. I've been doing it for about 5.5 years now. And I got my start as an 8-year-old. I was selling crafts on my parents' front lawn. And I had an incredible business model because my parents would take me to Michael's. They would buy me all my supplies to make my wreaths. And then I would make my wreaths and sell them on the front lawn and get to keep all the profit. Not quite how business works today, but as an 8-year-old, I was banking. But I turned those sales skills into network marketing. Someone introduced me into a network marketing company when I was 18 years old. By the time I was 19 years old, I was a top income earner in that company. And then when that company shut down, I went into commercial real estate, where I was the #1 business broker in the whole state of Nevada, first woman ever and the youngest woman to ever do so. And when I started growing out of real estate, I got into leadership training. I did leadership trainings at every major hotel casino chain in Las Vegas. And since then have led sales teams and leadership trainings for the past 2.5 decades, which is what led me here to Unblinded and to co-host this very show. So that is me, Bella Verita. Thank you for welcoming me. And I'm going to go with the fun fact that I sold drugs in high school. And now I am a pastor. So I've gone from drug dealer to God dealer in my life. And that is my fun fact for today.
Okay.
I love that. I love that one.
Yeah. Yes. So thank you for that. And now that we've had a little bit of fun, we've made some introductions. We're going to play a little game. And because Plato said, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. And so what this is going to look like, we've got a couple of folks sitting in the participant seat. We've got Dan, we've got Chester. You're sitting in the participant seats, and we're going to have some role plays. We're going to let Quintus and Sean jump into the role player seats. And just as a reminder, Quintus, I know you're going to love this. Since Sean is not here, you and Sean and Quintus, you guys will have the opportunity to put me on the hot seat in a scenario that I don't know about. So just keep that in mind for later. But Dan, Chester, either Quintus or Sean will be anyone that you want them to be that you're going to play a role play with. This is just a 3-minute role play. So this is not Wolf of Wall Street, meets Gangster Boiler Room. This is just simply a yes for a longer meeting. But they can play any role that you want them to play. It could be for a philanthropic partner. It could be someone that you want to invite to go to Sicily with you to have some pizza. Or it could be a business deal or a movie deal or a book deal. Whatever meaningful yes that you're looking to seek in the world, Sean or Quintus will play that role. You'll have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes, and then we'll get some feedback from the feedbackers in just a moment. But let's go. Quintus, am I holding up a 1 or a 2?
1.
A 1. It is a 2. So Chester, you get to decide, are you going first or is Dan going to go first?
I'm going to defer to Dan first.
Throwing Dan right under the bus. So Dan, would you prefer to role play with Sean or Quintus, and what role would you like for them to play?
It doesn't matter who. Let's go with Sean. And I'd like for them to play the role of a food distributor.
Ooh. So Sean, you are a food distributor. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
So, Sean, food cost is too high, and I'm currently buying about 85% of my food for all my establishments through you, and I need you to drop your prices by at least 15%.
Well, I appreciate you getting right to the point there, Dan. Wow. 15%. I don't think our margins are 15%, Dan. I'd love to help you. I value your patronage. I value you as a customer. You're a very important customer. We want to work with you and support you.
So currently I'm not buying any paper products from you, which I'm assuming in a normal scenario that it is your highest grossing line that you sell. What would happen if I'm able to switch all my food products over to you, or all my paper products over to you?
Well, I love that. I'd love to do more with you, and I'd love to find a win-win. Where you come out ahead of where you're at, and where we still make a profit and continue to grow our relationship. Let's do it.
So what can you do on pricing if I switch all of my purchases over to your company? Are you able to meet that 15% and drop in price that I need?
Tell you what, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'd want to, run the numbers and talk to the team and make sure that we're honoring our team and our owners, but certainly happy to sit back down and see what we can do. How does that sound?
that sounds pretty good, but I was really hoping to get a deal going right now.
while I'm on the show.
So how long do you think you need? Do you think it's something you need a day or two, or are you able to make a phone call?
Give me a day, and
Okay.
we'll get back with you.
Okay.
Is that fair?
That's fair enough.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Dan. And we'll get to the feedbackers in just a moment, but let's go. Chester, we'll have you role play with Quintus unless Quintus is hiding from us. But Chester, who would you like Quintus to be, please?
I would like Quintus to be a facilitator and consultant to 5 of the top tier billionaire entrepreneurs in the country.
Oh, Quintus, you're rolling in the dough, flying on your private jet, being fly and dripping all. I think that's the language these days. But Quintus, take us in, please.
Hello, this is Quintus.
Hey, Brother Quintus, how are you? This is Rochester Johnson, Chester for short. Have a question for you. Good afternoon, sir. One of the things
have a meeting with you scheduled, Rochester?
Well, yes. Actually, this is a particular cold call, but I think that once we get into the dialogue, you find it fruitful and beneficial on what the particular exit strategy could be.
I tell you what, you've done some exceptional dialing today because I don't typically take cold calls. Why should I? I'm going to give you 25 seconds to tell me why I need to stay on the phone with you.
Because I look at you and think of you and with your spirit as an honorable man based on our dialogue so far. And I think that you would be someone that would be proactive about doing something beneficial and positive for humanity.
Beneficial and positive for humanity. All right, you got me with humanity. You were swinging and missing until you hit humanity. Dead on the head. All right. So talk to me, Brother Chester. What is it that you believe I can do for humanity through your program or what it is that you offer?
Well, what I'm looking to do is, since you're so connected to the top tier of the greatest minds in the world in business, one thing I've been having a problem with is cohesive bonding and unanimity, bringing people together. A lot of people have their own lanes and they're doing different things. So how do we structure a way where we can group together, like-minded individuals for a greater purpose through our businesses and our business models and revenue?
So tell me, which business model would you look at first and foremost? It's evident that we're going to need a longer meeting, but I need to know, in order to accept a longer meeting, what specific business model do you see us having the greatest success with initially?
Well, right now, I'm currently in the merchant services processing business. I would love to utilize, some of these companies and their merchant and debit card processing to utilize revenues, not only for them to save on their bottom line, but to also capitalize that for whatever passion projects, charity, philanthropic exits that they're most passionate about. So we can utilize that for things that they have heartstrings for and would love to put money and resources into to bless others.
All right, Mr. Rochester, the philanthropic piece is going to be key. I would suggest that you put together a presentation that shows me how these folks that I work with will be able to consistently give back on a consistent basis by working with you and your company.
Thank you, Brother Quintus. I appreciate that. I think the key here is that instead of just coming and asking them for a check, this gives them an opportunity to utilize a business structure to help their corporation save for their bottom line and give, in the process to the charity of their choice at the same time simultaneously. Thank you, sir.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Well, speak with my associate Alonzo, and he will get us set up on the calendar for our next meeting on next week. How's that sound?
Hey, I'm very grateful to that. Thank you, Brother Quintus. I look forward to speaking to Alonzo.
Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Great job, Quintus. Great job, Chester. And now we get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Dan or Chester. I'll let you know which. You're going to give them 30 seconds of feedback, something that they did great, something that they could do better, and then what is one word on how they left you feeling. So let's kick it off with Melvin. And Melvin, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dan, please?
Okay. Dan was to the point. I mean, Dan was the type of guy where he had a bottom line agenda when he got on the call, and he wanted to stick to that. Okay, so I would see Dan as being a system type businessman. He's going to look at flows and algorithms and KPIs. That's basically what matters to him. And I do lunch with him because a guy like that, he understands tax deduction, so I know he's going to pick up the tab. He's an easy friend.
You're going to lunch, Melvin. I love it. And Melvin, what is one word on how Dan left you feeling?
He's a business guy. He's a businessman. So you can sit down and you can talk to him. As long as it's logical, he's going to listen to you.
Dan's a straight shooter. Thank you for that, Melvin. And let's go, Greg. Greg, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Chester, please?
Sean? Oh, sorry. My bad.
No. Greg's
Go, Greg. Sorry.
Okay. Chester, I thought that you opened well, but I think it could have been a little smoother. Something you did great, though, is when he said, I have 25 seconds. You better get me in 25 seconds. And he went straight to his heart, which I thought was great. And when I think about that, I felt hopeful that you have something you're trying to accomplish. You really got to his heartstrings because he likes to help and serve. And you made it a partnership to do that. And you even laid out about working with merchants so they can actually make some money while they do it too. So I think you laid that out really well. So I'm hopeful for you, but also for the customers as well.
Beautiful. And Greg, what's one word on how Chester left you feeling, please?
He left me feeling, well, I use the word hopeful.
Hopeful. Love it. Oh, the beautiful word. Thank you, Greg. And let's go, Mark. Mark, how about your 30 seconds feedback for Dan, please?
I'm sorry. I thought I was down for the other side. I didn't do any notes on that, but I thought it.
Okay, I can come back to you for Chester. I'll go Walter then. Walter, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dan, please?
Yeah, sure. Dan, are you from New York?
No, Sicilian. But my mom was born and raised in New Jersey.
There we go. It had to be. New Jersey had to be somewhere in
Melvin, I feel like I was down in the chop shop down there, down between Manhattan and Lansing. I'm from New York. I get it. My suggestion to you, you did a good job, but I'm big into rapport building. You should have spent more time stroking Gene. You know, how's it going? How's your day going? I hope just a little more fluff. You got to get that kind of bond. And I know it's business, I know it's numbers, I know it's trying to get to that bottom line 50% reduction, but get him to buy into you. That's what I've used to close like $20 million. I just kind of get them to like Walter, and then I ease into the close. So that's what I would say. You did get a commitment, but be a little more specific. Well, Sean, this has been good, but what day can I meet, and what exactly can you live with? Can we go? Can you go 12%? Can you go 10%? Can I get a commitment on that? Can I get that in writing? When can I meet you? Next Tuesday? Kind of like what Quintus was doing. He was leading Chester to, which is, it's not that easy in this world. Those are my comments. But you did a great job. But just to be a little softer. It's kind of like that first girl you meet the first day, just be a little nicer to her.
I appreciate it.
I love it. That is fun, Walter. And Walter, how about your one word for Dan, please?
I would say determined. My takeaway from Dan was he's determined. He was going, as my dad said, go in the bush. He wasn't going around the bush. He was going directly in the bush. So I say directness. And that works sometimes, but sometimes it scares people away. Trust me, I've done it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that, Walter. And let's go. Mark, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Chester, please?
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought Chester did a good job. I too, like Walter, guilty sometimes of going straight for the throat instead of beating around the bush. I don't like if you beat the bush where snakes crawl out or anything else, but yeah, good job. We cozied up a little bit. Yeah, did a good job.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Mark. And let's go, Quintus McDonald. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Chester, please?
30 seconds for Chester. I would certainly think Walter hit it on the head. Asking questions, you never go wrong with asking questions. Being able to build rapport, even when you've done your background on a person and you know what heartstrings to pull and all those things, ask the questions to set up your heroic identity. To be able to bring an opportunity for people to help folks and make money at the same time is a big deal. But you want to set that up with your question mastery out the gate.
Yes, Quintus, thank you for that. And let's go, Sean Gregory. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dan, please?
Well, I think Walter said it too. I think you could have maybe just softened it up a little bit, warmed up, made a little more of a connection, looked for a win for me too. Like what are my restrictions? What are my limitations? And then great job at hammering, going for the close, like not letting me off the hook. Like I mean, that's a great skill you have. And you did not let me off. So I thought your follow through and your intensity was spot on. I think just warming it up and looking for a win-win.
Beautiful. I'm hearing Dan warm it up like you do that Sicilian pizza. That's what they're asking for. Fantastic job. And now this is the time of the show that I usually get to put my co-host Sean on the hot seat, but since he's not here today, Quintus, Sean, you guys get to put me on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about. So any ideas that you guys have that you would like to see me go from Hello to Yes, and who would you like for me to role play with?
Yeah,
Quintus, why don't
we
you go?
we didn't get an opportunity, obviously, to be able to talk about this, but I would love to bring our ACTI agents into the conversation. Bella explaining, since Chester Johnson has been a manager of big time things and great things, he's got that background and that experience. We're gonna let Greg Waddies be Chester Johnson and be the manager for Walter Kirkland's congressional run. And Bella, you speak with Chester Johnson, Greg Waddies, on why ACTI is a good fit for making outbound calls, so on and so forth, for his campaign.
Wow.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand this correctly. Greg is actually going to play Chester, and I am playing myself representing Walter.
Well, you're playing Dan representing Walter.
Okay, so Greg is playing Chester, and I'm playing Dan, who's representing Walter.
That's right.
And I'm going from Hello to Yes with Chester on why he should use our ACTI agents in supporting running his campaign. Do I got
100%. You got it right.
Oh, that was
and Sean
Wait, that was a lot for my dyslexic brain. Thank you very much.
I know.
Man. I love you, sis. You can do it. I know you're master.
Hey, Bella, he got our head hurting, Bella. Our head's hurting.
Yes, I know. Me too. But I know I got this, but I'm not sure if Greg got this. Greg, you got this? You think you can play Chester?
Yep, I'm going to be Chester, and you've got to convince me.
Yes.
So I'm being Chester, absolutely.
And let me give you another setup. So it's the Congressional District 5 in Maryland, outside of D.C. The incumbent just stepped down after 40 years. So that's what this congressional national race is. So it's critical to kind of understand how to involve and why to get involved with this highly contested congressional race.
Got it. I will say this, Walter. I know as much about politics as I know about Japanese, which is little to nothing. So I'm going to do my best in this scenario. But politics, I can talk about a lot of topics. Politics is not one of them, or how even politics run. But I'm going to do my best.
This would help. Then I'll leave you alone. You want to speak about policy, procedures. My three positions, get this, is AI, believe it or not, workforce development, mental health, which we sleep on. Suicide from 18 to 29 is the highest in the country for boys. And lastly is our seniors. That breaks it down in terms of what's in it for me and why I should pay you money or give you money. That makes sense?
All right. I think I got this. All right.
Looks like Greg got it too. Greg is nodding his head. Okay.
There we go. We got this. Greg, we got this. Hello, is Chester still available?
He is right now. Yes, ma'am. Who's this?
Hey, Chester, this is Dan. And we had a scheduled short 3-minute conversation. Your team may have remembered to tell you about it. Do you remember that they set that up for us?
I don't remember, but I've got a few minutes. So what do you got?
Awesome. So it had to do with AI and the congressional running for my client, Walter. Does that ring a bell?
You know what? I don't really like politics because they're all about themselves. It's all about money. Do you want money from me? Is that what you want or what? Well, because I usually get calls from campaign stuff. So.
Yeah, I am definitely not wanting money from you at this time. And if this is not a good time, we can reschedule the call. If this isn't a good time, is this still a good time? And I promise I'm not going to ask you for money.
But I hate to say, but make it worth my while because I don't have a lot of time. So if you got something good, tell me.
Well, let me ask you this, Greg. Why did you allow your team to put this call on your calendar in the first place?
Because, like I said, I believe in giving people a shot. That's what I'm saying. So if and like I said, if the candidate's good, I may go with it. But like I said, I'm always looking to help people. Right? And so that's my heart, to help folks.
Well, I think we are aligned, and I share your sentiment on the majority of politicians. Many of them get into it for their own reasons, but I'm sure prior to this meeting, you read a little bit about my client, Walter, because I'm sure Kirkland, because I'm sure you probably wouldn't have taken this call if you didn't read a little bit about him and resonated with his heart a little bit. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair, but I don't know much about him. I know, but here's the thing. He sounds like a nice guy. But for me, I'm not into the personality. I'm into the policy. Because if we're going to do stuff, being nice doesn't do it. You got to help folks.
Yeah, absolutely. See, let me ask you this, Greg. Where do you personally lie or resonate or not with topics such as AI, mental health, workforce development, senior care? Where do you resonate? Where do you lie on those topics or not?
I think they're all important. I mean, as a businessman, AI is crucial. Yeah. Because it can streamline some things. I've got some older relatives, so I worry about them. And again, for me, it's about good policy, though, not stuff that sounds good, but stuff that we can actually get done. And so it's got to be a sound policy. It doesn't have to have bells and whistles, but it's got to be effective.
Well, I can assure you this, and Greg, I know, we only allowed for a few minutes here today, and I'll definitely get to you everything where Walter lies on all of the policies. But the purpose of our conversation today was actually to talk about AI and how AI might be able to assist him in his campaign. Is that something, could we have just maybe a minute conversation on that? If it resonates, we'll continue the conversation, have a longer conversation about all the policies and see if it even resonates or not. How would that land for you?
Absolutely. What do you got?
Okay. So just in 30 seconds I know you know all about AI, but do you know anything about ACTI?
No, ACTI, I don't. I've heard about it, but I don't know much about it. So what can you tell me? What can it do for me, and what can it do really for us to help folks?
Yeah, so ACTI is actually built on the unblinded formula. And have you heard of Oprah Winfrey?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you know that Oprah Winfrey said she held a stage and a microphone for 20 plus years because she made people feel heard, seen, and understood? And our ACTI is built on the unblinded formula. built on integrous influence. And the reason that our ACTI is different than regular AI is because it's built to cause people to feel heard, seen, and understood. And so if you'll permit us to have a longer conversation, I can actually demonstrate to you how our ACTI is different than AI, how it causes people to feel heard, seen, and understood, and how we can integrate it into Walter's campaign and all the policies that he is for, and how that will actually not just cause a conversation about, what AI is, but how it can actually make a difference, not just for Walter, but for the people and the constituents that he is representing. How does that resonate with you or not?
Sounds great to me. So when can we set it up? Like how soon? Because my thing is, if it's good, I want to go with it. If it's not, but how soon can we set it up?
I can do it this afternoon, first thing in the morning. Which is better for you?
Tomorrow morning. I've got some meetings. What time tomorrow morning?
Let's do it at 8 a.m. First thing in the morning. We'll have some coffee and we'll do some demonstrations.
Excellent.
All right, let's do it. Whew. I even threw in the word constituents because that's a politician word I know. Thank you.
Guys, I got a comment. Bella, awesome job. And Greg, you played it to the T, man. That is a typical customer, why are you calling me? That was phenomenal. And gentlemen and ladies, how she did the fact finding, almost like spin selling, kept asking Gregory, what's important to you? When you make it important to Greg, then he kind of lightens up a little bit. Make it worth my time. But great job. I love that. That's just really cool how you did that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very deeply, because I will tell you, Sean doesn't get phased at all at any crazy scenario that I put him in. But there are a few that really make me uneasy. Anything to do with politics is one of them, just because I do not understand the whole system at its whole. So I appreciate that very much, Walter. And Walter, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
It was awesome. It was amazing. The takeaway is that you got to ask the right questions. You got to be around the right people, and you got to have facts and be very authentic. If you're authentic, people will believe you. It's like you made Greg believe you. Initially, it was another damn call. Greg's like, look, I ain't got time for this. But you changed from that suspect to like, you know what? I got something that I want to hear what she has to say. That's the key that I take away for today.
Well, thank you for that, Walter. Appreciate that very much. And let's go, Greg. Greg, thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping into the role player seat. And how anything that you would like to share, and how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
I thought it was great. Just like it's learning, listening and learning, and watching what you do, watching actually what everybody's doing. So for me, I've made some notes, and I did want to say to Dan, I thought Dan did a great job. Dan, one thing, if you're bringing $5 million to him, bring the money to him first, make it so he's getting a good deal, and then ask for the 15%, right? Because right now you ask for the 15% before, what's his benefit of giving it to you other than being a nice guy? But if you've got a lot of business you're bringing, I'd say, listen, I've got $2 million in business you're not getting. But put that for him. So he's like, wow, you're going to give me, I'm going to give you $2 million in business. I got great news for you, but listen, I need some cuts somewhere. I'm going to get, but he's going to get something first, then deliver you with that. He may give you 20%, depending on how much business you're bringing him. Right. But I would like to go with, I've got great news for you. I've got a business proposition, and I've got $2 million of business I want to bring your way.
Beautiful.
And once you get that going, then it's like, but for that business, I need the 10 to 15% cut, but make sure he's getting something out of it. Otherwise, it's kind of tough if I'm not getting anything out of it, or I think I'm getting something out of it. Just a thought.
Well, thank you for that, Greg. Thank you for jumping into the role players seat with us today. And thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to go Chester. Chester, how did I do at playing you? And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence? Well, I think my voice might be a little bit higher pitched than yours.
Just a little.
I thought you did great. I thought the scenarios, the opportunity to sponge, listen, and learn, from all of you all as a collective and individuals. I've enjoyed my time. I've made some mental notes here. Looking forward to collaborating and talking and having dialogue with all of you, and see how we can be a blessing to each other. Go from here.
That's what this is built for. Absolutely, Chester. Thank you so much for that. Let's go, Dan. Dan, who kicked us off into the participant seat because Chester threw you right under the bus there at the beginning. But really fantastic job, truly. And Dan, how was your experience overall on the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, that was great. One of the Walter said, you got to be a little bit softer at first. I've been told that a million times. When I go into a discussion, I usually come in hot. I usually already know what I'm going to say, and I just go right for it. It's worked about, I would say maybe 90% of the time, but some people do get scared off, like he said. So that's great feedback for me as I keep growing our business, and I keep thinking and how to get in front of new people. I got to soften up a little bit of that tone and really create win-win scenarios too, for the person that I'm talking to, and for our company as well. So yeah, all the feedback, I think I'll point it to that, and I really appreciate that. And just been a great time, and all of you are high energy, which I enjoy. I love the there was no prep going into this. We were just being ourselves, and that's one of the words that somebody just described me about 2 weeks ago when I was down in Florida was, "You're the most authentic person that I know." And that's how I try to represent myself, is just being myself. I showing up sometimes to a meeting in a hoodie. That's just me. I don't stray away from who I am and what I believe in. So it doesn't matter how much money I'll ever make or how little I'll ever make. I'll always be myself.
That is beautiful. Love your heart, Dan. Thank you so much for bringing your authentic self to this show here today. And let's go to the down under, to our Aussie man, Mark. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in that feedbacker seat and offering beautiful feedback to Chester. And Mark, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
It's all soaking in. So I try to figure out which way to go, It's all soaking in, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being here. And last but not least, Melvin, Jersey boy. Thank you for being here. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
I gotta say, it's a lot of value in this. There's so much you can pick up just from being in the arena with these gentlemen, because the skill sets are sharp, and it helps improve you. Two things I took away from it. Picking up off of Dan, I can be direct. That's a little bit of that East Coast culture. Now, you want the authenticity is great. All you really want to do, at least where I'm picking up, is you want to invoke the client more, ask more questions that are meaningful to the client. All right, but being genuine is always going to be the key. And the relationship building here is tremendous. It's giving me an understanding of the value of the relationship in the business transaction more than just the business transaction itself. So I absolutely love it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that, Melvin. And to Quintus and Sean, just want to say thank you to you guys. I'll come to you for final, but you guys brought this show together to introduce these folks to each other, to introduce them to Unblinded. So, we could possibly do more together. They could do more with each other. And so if we could do a quick final, Sean, quick final, Quintus, because I do have another show to get to. So any final that you would like to share, we'll go Sean first since you're unmuted, and then I'll come to you, Quintus.
I would just say I'm waiting for you to squat 425 still, Chester. No, great job. Dan, what I take from you is I'm good at the relationship part, but you got to ask for the sale too. So definitely we all can improve what we're doing. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And thank you all. It was wonderful meeting you all.
Thank you, Sean. And Mr. Q-Dog, Quintus McDonald, your final on your show, please.
Great day, everybody. Thank you all for participating and co-creating, helping to co-create this magnificent show with us all. My final is that we are all dynamic, ultra dynamic individuals. Let's not allow even ourselves to put us in a box and trap ourselves in a box. Be the dynamic individual you were created to be. look for opportunities to merge ecosystems and create new verticals even while we expand and optimize the verticals that we're working in. There's business to be made right here in this room. Find that business, search it out. If nothing less than becoming unblinded, because we're always here. I would never invite any of you to a place that I want to be myself. I've been there.
Quintus, you're cutting in and out on us there at the end.
There's
brother.
opportunity. Okay, it's real. There's opportunity here. There's opportunity in the room. Build relationships and go and grow.
I think build relationships and go and grow, I think is what he said. And then just for everyone, you know, because it is about building that relationship. So we do have some gifts for you in the chat. You will get an email with them as well. So please look out for that email. We have a LinkedIn group that we've invited everybody to that you get to only if you've participated in the show. Definitely join us in the group because we can continue to nurture those relationships, get to know each other even more, what we could do together.
Absolutely.
Also, everybody gets the opportunity to have a business acceleration session for one of our teammates. If you're looking for more, if you want to do stuff together, you'd be crazy not to have that session. It only advances your mission together. So definitely have that session. And, you know, just on behalf of myself, Sean, and the entire Unblinded team, we want to thank everybody for participating in the Heart of Influence today. And we end every show by saying this. Sometimes we are all blind to the opportunities right in front of us and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.